What's going on, everyone? So I'm at my little spot today, and I was debating all day how to make this video. I had this crazy idea that I was gonna vlog my day because I wanted to show everybody how somebody can still, have a family, have a newborn at home, have a full-time job, and still do the things they love. And in this case, for me, it's bow hunting, it's archery, and I find it impossible sometimes to get to the range, and I find it impossible sometimes to get out to the woods and hunting. And this is, I kind of wanted to share what my day-to-day is and show you guys what I do, and what I do that allows me to keep shooting. So the vlog was a complete failure. I need to do some sit-down training, because if you think about it, guys, if you guys are practicing your archery and you're standing up all the time, but you're going into the woods and you're sitting down, like, you might want to train shooting while you're sitting down, because it is a little different. You do have to, it's a bit of a different feel, and you just want to make sure you're prepared for that. This video, I'm talking about keeping yourself in tune. Forget your bow, forget your equipment. You got to keep yourself in tune, because if you do not keep up with it, you will lose it, okay? So, I'll put my bow down for a month or two, and the first time I draw it back and I get into anchor, it does feel a little weird. It doesn't feel natural anymore. You have to get that feel back. And, some people it can take a couple shots, some people it takes 50 arrows, who knows, but the goal here is to not lose that. So let me send an arrow first. I'm sitting down. Yep, there we go. That's why I'm practicing right there, guys, because if that was a deer, it probably would have been not the best shot. So sitting down, practice, 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 practice. I got up this morning, I punch into work about 7 o'clock. I go in a little early, because at the end of the road that my work is on, there's a little cul-de-sac, and I have a little spot where I can shoot 20, 30 yards. And I'll go, right before I punch into work, guys, 4 to 10 arrows. That's all you need, 4 to 10 arrows, boom. You go to work, you go to break, you go to the end, 4 to 10 arrows. Even if it's 4 arrows, you put your target out, you shoot 4 arrows, you get them back. Perfect. You go to lunch, you go back to work, you go to lunch, 4 to 10 arrows, okay? A lot of people say you should shoot 50 to 100 arrows a day, but I'm more in the 20 arrows a day, and I keep up that way. It works for me. People get caught up in equipment, guys. They got to make sure their equipment's tuned, they got to make sure they have the best gear, they got to have the best sights. But truth is, if you're not keeping up with your archery practices, what's the point? That was better. I'm trying to hold my shot a little bit. I'm trying to see how long I can hold my shot before I break it. I'm holding it a little longer every time. I want to try to simulate not a pressure situation, but if I come to that situation where I got to hold my bow back for a long amount of time, I want to be prepared for that as well. So find the time, because you need to practice, guys. You need to practice. If you are serious about bow hunting and you're serious about hunting, you should know, you should be really comfortable with your bow, guys. You should be shooting longer distances, and when it comes time to get into the woods, you should be cutting that in half. And that should be your comfort zone. The other thing that was cool about being, taking a couple shots early in the morning, guys, here in New England, we're at the time of year where we're going from warm weather to cold weather. If you're deer hunting this time of year, it's cold in the morning, very cold in the morning. So if you're not acclimating, I was out, no gloves, no hat, just a sweatshirt, and just acclimate. Get your body used to being in the cold climate. It's very important, because even though you go out hunting, you're all geared up, you got a heavy jacket, this and that, it's gonna be, you're gonna eventually have to deal with the cold, guys. You're gonna have to deal with it, so try to get as used to it as possible. Another thing while I'm sitting here, and I'll try to do, is I'll try to put my hood on, when I hunt, I wear a face mask, and it's a different feel. If I have to draw back and I have to anchor, it's gonna feel different. Whether I have gloves on, a face mask on, everything is gonna be different compared to practicing with bare hands, you know, just a hat on. Like, it's all gonna be very different. You have to really make sure your anchor is in check, because you really need to make sure your points of contact are happening, because sometimes if you're having if you wear gloves, you're not gonna feel that string all the time, if that makes sense. A little right. But anyway, guys, I'm not gonna take too much more of everybody's time. Like this little sit down session, shoot a few arrows, let's talk about something. You know, shoot an arrow, let's talk about something. But I did want to make a point of just saying, guys, like, keep the practice up, keep practicing, keep shooting, keep it fun, because if you don't do it, like I said, like 10 times already, you will lose it, and you will just, it's just going to be more frustrating for you. So even if you can squeeze out, you find somewhere near your work, a wooded area or a safe area to shoot, go on your break, go on your lunch, shoot 4 arrows. I find it's better for me to not shoot, you know, 100 arrows in a session. It's better to shoot 10 arrows, take a break, you know, to come back, take 10 arrows. Don't exhaust yourself to the point where you're starting to shoot like crap, and you're starting to question your sights, and you're starting to question, you know, because that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, but other than that, guys, you guys keep shooting and keep it fun, all right?